Hello and thanks for joining us. You've been watching ABC's special coverage of Inauguration Day, welcoming a new president and a new era.
President Donald Trump sworn into office today, and ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has a recap on the day-long celebrations.
Preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
With those words, another chapter in American history begins. Donald Trump becoming the 45th president of the United States, taking the oath of office, then in his 16-minute-long inaugural address, sharing his vision for the next 4 years.
America will start winning again, winning like never before. We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders.
Before departing Washington, bound for vacation in Palm Springs, now former President Obama leaving a note in the Oval Office for his successor, the two then sharing a few moments together ahead of the official transfer of power.
This is not a period, this is a comma in the continuing story of building America.
President Trump getting right to work, signing his first law. And of course, tweeting before kicking off a day of celebrations. A luncheon in the Capitol Rotunda, followed by the inaugural parade. Police, military, and federal agents working to keep protesters from interfering as thousands of supporters line Pennsylvania Avenue, honoring the new president.
And tonight, the festivities continue. President Trump will attend 3 inaugural balls before spending his first night in the White House with his entire family. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Washington.
As Marcy mentioned, thousands of people are protesting the new president. In this video, you can see police throwing smoke bombs at demonstrators as they ran down the streets. Dozens of windows in downtown businesses in D.C. smashed, vehicles and property being destroyed. Even small fires have been set. Many who came out wore gas masks and had their arms chained together. A coalition called the Disrupt J20, named after the date of the inauguration. The group promised that people participating in Washington would attempt to shut down the celebrations and even risk being arrested when necessary.
By far the largest protest is expected to be tomorrow's Women's March on Washington. More than 200,000 people from around the country are expected to attend. The march started on Facebook, and organizers hope to promote equal rights for women and defend the rights of marginalized groups. Many people left today on charter buses and airplanes to head to that march in Washington. But for those that are not able to make that trip, sister marches will be held in cities across the country. Right now, the website shows an estimated 673 sister marches with more than 2 million marchers participating. 2 marches will be held in Sarasota tomorrow. We talked to those on both sides of the issue.
To have these women marching in Washington before he's done anything in office whatsoever is divisive and bad for the country.
As a democracy, we have this right to gather, and we have the right to free speech, and we are using it. There's nothing unpatriotic about what we're doing. We are participating in our democracy.
One march will be held at 10 a.m. at Ringling College of Art and Design. The other will begin at the Unconditional Surrender statue right along the Sarasota Bayfront at noon.
While people across the nation are celebrating, some protesting the inauguration today, others questioning what should be shown to students in school of today's festivities. ABC 7's Jacqueline Matter talked to school officials on how they're handling this historic event.
Millions of people watched the presidential inauguration speech Friday, but some Suncoast students did not. The inauguration took place during the middle of the school day.
Everyone, please stand.
But for many parents, they were left wondering if their students would be able to witness the historical moment.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Manatee and Sarasota County schools left that decision up to either the principal or teachers. For Southside Elementary teacher Beth Whittinghill, she says it was never a question.
It's our president, and it's historic, and they need to see the final conclusion of the whole process, which is the swearing in.
Students in Whittinghill's class spent the past 6 weeks studying the presidential process and say they felt being able to witness that moment was monumental.
I think it was very important to watch it because you should know what's going on and you should know like what they're doing, how to become president.
I kind of wanted to see what was going on when Trump was inaugurated, so was his vice president. And I wanted to see what Hillary had to say of him.
As for Whitting Hill's opinion on teachers who did not allow their students to watch the historic moment,
I feel like as a public school teacher, it's not an option for me to censor what I'm going to show as far as this kind of thing goes. But this is part of our political process. We're all citizens of this country. It's not up to me to decide whether they should watch it or not watch it. They should watch it.
In Sarasota, Jacqueline Matter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jacqueline. I think it's very important to watch all of these type of events when you're growing up. You know, especially for some who are young enough to maybe have not remembered the last inauguration.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, it's maybe the first they remember.
Right, yeah.
Well, it was a little rainy at times in Washington,
oh, yeah.
But here on the Suncoast, a really nice day. And here's Bob with more on that.
Yeah, beautiful day this afternoon. Temperatures warming into the upper 70s. You can see from the current view of Sarasota Bay, fairly calm seas out there, although it was breezy. We're looking at windier conditions as we move into the weekend. 74 right now, warm temperatures and just a few clouds around. The dew point temperature at 65. Winds out of the south at 11. That's bringing that warm, moist air into our region. And with that warm, moist air coming in and a cold front approaching, those two elements coming together will create some showers and some thunderstorms, specifically Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Right now, that storm is just kind of gathering, getting organized now well into the western Gulf of Mexico. That first one that moved through yesterday and last night, not doing much here at all. Just a beautiful day, a few showers well offshore, and we're not anticipating any rainfall this evening. Looks to be pretty good if you have plans outdoors. It looks to be okay. Severe weather threat. Warm temperatures, upper 70s on Sunday before the first squall line arrives, and increasing shear in the atmosphere, meaning rotation as you move up through in height in the atmosphere. That means strong rotation and a low-level jet stream, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and that will tap into the storms and increase the energy there and the potential for some damaging winds as these storms come ashore late Sunday afternoon. Well, more on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. New tonight, an arrest in a double murder investigation in Bradenton. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies arresting 22-year-old Andrew Thompson this morning. He was wanted in the shooting deaths of 27-year-old LaShawna Weeks and 32-year-old Barry Joseph. Their bodies were found at a home a week ago. Deputies say one witness positively identified Thompson and another says he was the one who caught them on video leaving the scene in a dark-colored car. Thompson is charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder.
Also in Bradenton, a woman is accused of collecting money for a disabled veteran and then using those donations for herself. Maureen Maloney is charged with scheming to defraud after she allegedly used the name of a live-in disabled vet to collect donations for his medical care. An 8-month investigation revealed that Maloney was not actually living with the veteran and he was not in need of financial assistance. Detectives found 12 victims who gave Maloney donations. The investigation is ongoing. If you think you were a victim in this case or have any additional information about it, you are asked to call Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-934-634-TIPS.
Today's inauguration intensifying the debate over funding for Planned Parenthood. Those on both sides of the issue took part in a protest outside of the facility in Sarasota today. Supporters held signs saying "We stand with Planned Parenthood," hoping the Trump administration will not cut federal funding for its services, while others held signs with pro-life messages. Some we talked to say they just want women to be aware of their options.
I've seen the after effects of abortion and the damage that it does to women and men, and just a lot of suffering, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety.
In response to today's protest, the CEO of Planned Parenthood of Southwest and Central Florida issued a statement that says, in part, these protests are designed to shame the patients who seek basic health care services from Planned Parenthood and to intimidate the health care professionals who work here. The bottom line is that everyone should be able to get health care without fear of violence, harassment, or intimidation. Well, an exciting weekend ahead for seafood lovers here on the Suncoast.
The second annual Seafood and Music Fest is returning to downtown Sarasota. All of the food is fresh and from local restaurants. You'll find everything from grouper, stone crabs, oysters, sausage, steaks, sandwiches, and chicken, everything you could ever imagine. There will also be some live entertainment. The festival takes place Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 5 Points Park. Admission and parking are free.
Saw them setting up for all that.
Me too. I had to divert my route. Yeah.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, new numbers showing a drop in the Florida unemployment rate for the 2016 year.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, later in Health Smart, is it okay to continue to take expired medication? The answer when we come back.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Florida ended 2016 with an unemployment rate that was 0.2% lower than the beginning of the year. The State Department of Economic Opportunity announcing today the monthly jobless mark fell to 4.9% for December, a number that represents 491,000 Floridians who qualified as unemployed from a workforce of nearly 10 million people. State officials say more than 200,000 jobs have been added in the past year.
As we see a falling unemployment rate over the last 12 months, an increase in residents to our state, an increase in participation, what it shows is that more people are able to find jobs and find their new opportunities.
Highest job increases in the past year coming from education, health services, and professional business services. And as we were talking about earlier, pretty nice day.
Yeah.
It was just warm and sunny.
Things are going to change, though. Get ready for it. Big time change is coming this weekend as a result of a cold front that'll move on through and bring some severe weather potential here. You've already heard about it across social media. It's been kind of plastered across most of the social media websites. And as far as our forecast is concerned this evening, though, not too bad. Van Wezel webcam showing fair skies overhead for the most part, and the seas are going to be picking up too, so boaters beware. Rough going for boaters, especially on Sunday, obviously, but for Saturday, and not too bad, but they are going to be picking up. Winds will be out of the south at around 15 knots. While the severe weather threat is there, it's real, mainly for North Florida and just to the north of the Tampa Bay area. However, we are starting to see things come together, and unfortunately the timing of it appears to be now in the afternoon, late afternoon, and that's when you're going to have the most energy in the atmosphere due to the heating of the day, and temperatures will be warm. We're talking upper 70s to near 80 degrees on Sunday afternoon before the arrival of the squall line, if you will, or the prefrontal trough that will move on through, and then the cold front actually moving through late Sunday night. Warm temperatures will be out ahead of it, increasing rotation out ahead of it as well, and low-level jet stream at 60-mile-an-hour winds expected. And when that low-level jet kind of taps in and moves into those storms, it taps the energy. Those storms tap the energy of that fast-moving wind and create some very fast winds, and that means the damaging winds as well. We could see severe thunderstorm warnings. That's what I'm looking at right now as far as the biggest threat goes. Tornadoes, there's always that chance to see an isolated tornado with this kind of situation, but more so strong winds, straight line winds for the most part, up to 60 miles an hour. This is the area that has a 30% probability, and you'll notice we're right on the cusp of that into North Sarasota. South of that, a 15% probability of severe weather on Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Right now it's 74, the dew point 65. That's way up there. High dew point temperatures will also aid in the potential for some stronger cells too. That dew point will stay high right through the weekend. And 73 in Tallahassee now, 80 in Jacksonville. It's 81 now in Orlando and 80 in Miami, and around town temperatures in the low to mid 70s right near the coast, but we have 80 at Avon Park and Sebring, 82 at Lake Placid. The Gulf of Mexico water temperature now at 70 degrees, very warm for this time of year. Now the forecast for Saturday looks good. We're talking temperatures into the mid to upper 70s. It will be a bit breezy, as I mentioned, south winds at around 15 miles an hour. No real threat of any significant rainfall. There may be 1 or 2 inland showers tomorrow afternoon, but that would be about it. Nationally, we talked about that rainfall into the nation's capital today. Not much. It's kind of moved on through pretty quickly off to the northeast. Out west, you can see more rain moving in across the California coastline and spreading inland toward Nevada this afternoon. But for the most part, it's just basically rainfall throughout the northeast right now from New York. And then the showers extending from Seattle southward all the way down to Los Angeles and San Diego. Temperatures around the U.S., 20s, 30s, and 40s. Over the upper Great Lakes, 55 right now in Cleveland. In Washington, it's 48 degrees, 71 in Atlanta, 76 in Dallas, and 44 now in Denver, 49 in Kansas City. Well, here's a look at the forecast. As we move through time, you'll see Saturday looks to be pretty good. Some big storms as the system gathers over southern portions of Alabama. Then eventually the cold front develops. A lot of moisture out ahead of it, although this particular model not depicting too many strong storms. We'll see how it plays out as we move through time again on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Cool weather for us. Not really going to be moving in all that long, just on Monday and Tuesday morning. Then it starts to warm up again. South winds at 15 knots. Seas will be 2 to 4 feet for boaters tomorrow. And then small craft advisories will be issued for our coastal waters on Sunday. The water temperature now at 70. UV index will be at 8. And high tide upcoming 625 for Sarasota Bay. Low tide at 251. Tonight's forecast, some fog late, partly cloudy, 64 for your low. Tomorrow, some morning fog and then partly cloudy, breezy and warm. Highs in the upper 70s. South winds 10 to 20. The extended forecast, 80% chance for showers and storms Sunday afternoon and evening. Chilly on Monday, and then temperatures start to warm back up. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Suncoast traffic watch at this hour. No crashes in the area, but drivers are seeing some delays along I-75 in the northbound lanes, right starting at Bee Ridge Road and heading north from there. Also some congestion near downtown Sarasota at 41 and 301. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, is it safe to take medication that has expired? The expiration date is when the manufacturer guarantees full potency and safety of the drug. But a study by the Food and Drug Administration found 90% or more of 100 drugs were safe to use up to 15 years after they expired. But just because the drugs are safe doesn't mean they are as effective. Certain medications, including insulin, are not as long lasting as those studied in this one. If you have doubt, ask your pharmacist or dispose of these medications properly. President George H.W. Bush was not able to make it to the inauguration. He has been hospitalized for pneumonia, but he's also been dealing with another health struggle for years. It's called vascular Parkinsonism. Sounds similar, but it is different than Parkinson's disease. People who have it may have similar ailments from the waist down, like shuffling steps or loss of movement. But they don't always have that hallmark tremor of Parkinson's. In fact, they usually don't. It's also not progressive. The condition is believed to be caused by small small strokes, so it's important for those who have it to take steps to further reduce their risk of stroke in the future. Today, doctors removed Bush's breathing tube that was inserted for his pneumonia treatment. They say the 92-year-old is now breathing well on his own. The first national report on male human papillomavirus is published in JAMA Oncology. It shows nearly half, 45% of men have genital HPV, and 1 in 4 have one of the high-risk strains known to cause certain cancers. These numbers are higher than previously reported rates in women. Cancer advocates say the report just underscores the need for girls and boys to be vaccinated against HPV. The virus is sexually transmitted and may be easily passed on, since many people have no symptoms, don't even know they have it. Coming up next, hope is restored in the aftermath of an avalanche as survivors slowly begin to emerge from the snow. Plus, a rooster that is treated like royalty. How this chicken living the high life. Coming up next.
BC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough and have plenty of power to handle any job with all the comfort you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. And right now, all 2016 quad cabs are over 20% off, with new Ram trucks starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
A shimmer of hope following a devastating avalanche in central Italy. At least 10 people have been found alive in the rubble of a mountain resort. The avalanche trapped about 30 people inside the hotel for 2 days. One body has already been recovered. The hotel is located in a remote area, so rescue crews actually had to ski several miles just to reach the site. The avalanche followed a series of earthquakes in that region. In Australia, a baby and 3 others were killed when a driver repeatedly ran over pedestrians along a busy street. 15 others were hurt. Police say the man drove in erratic circles in the middle of a major intersection and then turned onto a pedestrian-only road and deliberately hit people before continuing onto a sidewalk and hitting several others. The driver was shot by officers before being taken into custody.
We can all be confident that he is now in custody. And given that there are no links to terrorist organisations, no links to any other criminal activity, he is no longer a threat to the safety of law-abiding, decent, hard-working Victorians. That's thanks to the good work of Victoria Police.
Video of the arrest shows officers dragging the driver from the car handcuffed. Police say the man has a history of mental health issues and drug abuse.
A Missouri couple vacationing here in Florida gets the shock of a lifetime when an alligator leaps into their airboat. Tyler Hendry captured this moment on a Facebook Live video. Hendry says he had talked his wife into going on the airboat ride in the Everglades. Their guide killed the engine, got close enough to the bank so that people could get a good picture of the gator. Then when it was time to go, the engine wouldn't start. Well, check this out. The guide prepared to push off the bank. That's when the gator jumped in. Well, the gator eventually slid back into the water, and luckily no one was hurt. But of course, Tyler's never going to live this down because his wife is going to say, see, I didn't want to go on that airboat ride. But great video. It is smooth sailing now for a rescued rooster who once lived in some pretty rough conditions in North Carolina. Captain is a rooster, roams around the house just like a dog or a cat. And of course, you wouldn't think of roosters as being a good pet, but Captain has his own cage, he has a drinking bowl, and he even gets along with 2 other dogs. Well, Captain didn't always have this lifestyle. He was found, he had cuts on his face, he was missing 30% of his feathers. He only had one eye, likely from a fighting ring. The woman who adopted him says she wanted to give Captain a better life. But there's one question she's always asked.
Mainly the first question is the poop. Like, doesn't he poop all over the house? But he really doesn't.
Captain starts his day very early, as you could imagine, 4:30 every morning, and he crows for 20 minutes straight.
Oh, man.
No, I don't think so.
I was okay with it. And
It
then
all
that.
was good up until that point, right? Yeah. Well, still to come in your Suncoast News, a problematic road in Northport.
Some drivers say the unkept road is an eyesore and a safety hazard. Find out who's responsible for that maintenance. Coming up.
You ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
Our goal is to do things better than anybody in the country. What makes Sarasota Memorial Hospital's program so special is that it's taking care of the patient in every aspect of cardiovascular disease. And in this community, the patients are very active. The idea is not just to get them over that operation, but to get them back to doing the things that they enjoy doing.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.